not so professional with my studio quality. Um, but I'm not gonna explain to you all that. I just had a hard time getting ready for bed and had a lot on my mind and I have a lot to say, and I'm just using this partially just for therapy, at the moment, because there isn't anybody really. I'm just here to say things, that I can't normally talk about with whoever is willing to listen. And just know that, like, part of the anger and depression and madness that I feel is just because I know that even if someone's listening, they don't really hear anything that I'm saying. Um, because nobody really, you know, I'm just so used to conversing with people who can't even understand concepts at all, no conceptual thought whatsoever. So it's very hard, it makes things very hard. Nobody has any attention span, nobody has any patience, or, you know, everyone wants to read your fucking body language and not actually hear the words you're saying and where you're coming from, and just sit back and listen and take it in. They just can't fucking do it. And I just feel so much anger towards everyone else. And I just feel bad for myself. And I don't even feel at all bad about that at all. And yeah, so I wanted to get into the some more discussion, and I wanted to go even deeper than before. And so if you didn't see before, then just go to 6/12/23 part 1, or there was no part 1, it was just 6/12/23. This is part 2. Making it really simplistic, folks. I'm not a happy man, and I'm not like willing to change. I don't need happiness. Like, I don't even care about it. I'd rather be angry and aligned with the truth, and instead of being overly depressed about it, have just do something, say something, publish something, put something out there for people to just witness what people, that people go through, what people experience. But I don't know who the fuck my audience is going to be. I've alienated every audience. I have, like, a lot of Piscean men and people. I just have so many interests, and just I have one foot in the punk rock music world, one foot in the conspiracy occult world, one foot in the gay and homosexual, bisexual, transsexual world. And it's just like, none of you assholes think my life makes any fucking sense. You have no idea how much sense it makes to me when I'm fucking living it. So, what I wanted to talk about, though, before just ranting and shitting on everything and everyone, um, yeah, like, it's my relationship with women again. Because, I mean, I thought about having some guys come, or a guy come over and hang out. And I thought maybe, I just keep leading the same guys on over and over again. And don't ever commit to doing anything with them, because there's something that's blocking me from fully embracing that relationship, and it's women. And I don't know what to do at this point. There's like nothing I can. There's like I can't connect with them emotionally at all. Like, I'm just, it's like at the end of the day, it's just like they really just don't want anything that I'm about. And change it. Oh, I can already hear them in my mind saying, change it, change it, change it. No! Like, the things that you don't want about me are not things that I want to fucking change about my fucking self, just so you could have me, a fake version of me that you could have and just pretend is someone that I'm not. Like, how is that the only thing that turns you on? But this is what the fucking society fucking believes. And then you believe it about yourself and then act it out and think, oh, there's no other way, I can do it. I mean, it's like I don't even think there's any woman capable of listening to what I'm saying, because it's just all about how it makes them feel. It's all about, oh, like every single part of this doesn't make sense, so it's like I'm just gonna overanalyze it. Like, half the people that are watching my shit are probably talking the whole time they're watching it about what they think of my body language or some dumbass trivial bullshit. But yeah, I really think at the end of the day, you know, whether it be just how the genetic manipulation fucked up women, or just the social engineering, or, if it was different before, well, it's just, it is what it is now. And well, I don't think women are inferior. I just do think that people are morally inferior when they don't understand natural law, when they still believe in the legitimacy of authority, and when they just don't even understand like what love is for real. Like, they don't see the beauty in truth or honesty or anything. It's just, indeed, but guys and girls, and like nobody has they have zero attention span. Like, they just everything's on a whim. It's like how many times do I get messages from people at like 3 o'clock in the morning? What are you doing? Like, what the fuck? You can't plan dates out. You can't even plan a time to go over someone's house and just fuck them, or hang. Everyone wants to be a fuck buddy, but then nobody can commit to anything. And then it's like you get to the point where it's like, oh, I'm hanging out with someone else tonight. It's just like, and everyone's gonna want to hang out with someone else because I just bring in a vibe that's not familiar at all to anybody anywhere. And why do I? It's just like, I guess Maria's right. It's like you're just a slave to sex, and it's just like, I mean, all these truths don't do, and it's just weakness. And then finally, you get your big, triumphant thing over everything I've been saying in the past couple weeks. At the end of the day, it's just, I just, to me, and I think all the things I am looking at are just as painful to everyone else as they are to me. It's just nobody wants to look at them, so they go, I'm strength. I have the strength not to look at these things. And that makes me strong. And then I think I'm weak because I'm actually fucking looking at him and trying to face it, and like realizing that it's fucking so nearly next to impossible. Ain't even worth a damn. Like, there's just this barrier, like, it's just like, you just gotta know how to talk to women. And that's why, all these assholes who have terrible qualities as human beings, they know how to talk to them, so that makes them think that they're of a high value. And it's just like, you know, I even got into it for a while too. It's like, oh, banter, yeah, you gotta have some good banter. When you first meet someone, that's how you really get to know, whatever, get them interested. But like, you know what? After the banter is over, like even after like you recognize that you're on the same page with a lot of things, and maybe this girl's awake, maybe this girl's red pilled, maybe she's this and that. It's like at the end of the day, it's all gonna break down because it has to do with what I said before. It's just like women that are just like they don't know what it's like. Who knows what kind of ideas they've been given about men that are not even like. It's just again, it's at the end of the day, it's like they hate themselves so much that it's like they see themselves in you, and I don't know. I had a fucking point before. I was just gonna say something about how. I mean, the pain I feel just from, I think it has to do with a real, it's like a real Napoleon complex. Like I feel that like I'm just more of a grandiose, larger than life character, and really I'm someone who's just not that important to other people, and it hasn't accomplished a whole lot, and it's like, yeah, it's a Napoleon complex, and it does make you angry at the rest of the world for treating you like shit for being of shorter stature, and I hear all you motherfuckers out there talking about gender and transgender and androgyny as if that's the only part of the satanic epigenetics agenda. You don't even say the name of the agenda. You don't focus on the height dysphoria shit. You don't focus on any of the shitty behaviors that women have learned over time due to this fucking mind control, and you haven't focused on how that affects men. You just want to act like, oh, yeah, again, like I said before, like, oh, these guys can't get laid, they, it's just like I don't think women they don't want to look at their the social engineering job that's been done on them. I don't even think they care or really want to know, and it's just like I'm starting to come back to the perspective I had around 2017, 2018, where it's just like and then at a certain point I get is like I want to fight it, but then I realize like they've already it's like they've already got me right in the fucking heart. Like it's like they've already you know it's like in order to fight this agenda, I mean, I think one of the most powerful things that I can do, that helped me is look at the history part of it. Like, look at the part that's not so painful. But then once you come around to the satanic eugenics, you have to look at it, you have to deal with it. And it's just like a pain right through your heart. And it's just like, yeah, do I want people to feel bad for me? Sure, I do. I mean, what is that going to do? What is it going to accomplish? Probably nothing. Like, I don't know. Maybe nobody feels bad for anybody. Maybe we just all feel nothing anymore just for anyone else's suffering. Maybe we're just done with that. And that's that. I just don't think like it's just like a conspiracy guy, a musician, shorter guy. It's just the way I communicate, the way I express myself, the way I do everything is just it's not attractive to women, and I don't even know if I want to do anything about it. Like I can't. To me, my ego and like my Napoleon complex, grandiose, whatever, it just won't allow for that to be a possibility. Like it won't allow for that to be a reality, and then it might just be a reality. And then if I look back at this and be like, oh, it's so obvious why no one wants to fuck you. Just look at the way you act, look at the way you are. And then other times I just love myself for being the way I am and just accept it and like get it. But like, yeah, who the fuck is gonna get that? And then like people will look at this type of thing and say, oh, he's beating himself up. It's like, no, it's like beating myself up for not fucking having killed myself yet, from living in this shitty fucking. It's just disgusting. Like I'm just so disgusted. I guess with myself, not just with myself, just with I'm like probably less disgusted with myself than I am with the outside world. I think the outside world, when I look at my internal world, I'm semi disgusted with some things. But when I look at the out external world, I just want to, I am just, unless it's like a form of entertainment that I enjoy, there's really nothing about the outside external world that it was, if it's nature or music, art, or form of entertainment I can tolerate, like WWE or something. Other than that, like I'm just sick. I'm just I just And it's like there's no one, there's really no one out there that's here that can listen. You know, it's like nobody really. I don't think anybody's really watched the certain things that Mark talks about in regards to the social engineering of women. You know, in that satanic eugenics agenda presentation, and like I said, I'm so grateful and so glad. And Mark, if you ever see this, like, thank you. And and you know, I don't need to thank you. I mean, I need to just learn from you. But I'm glad. I'm just really glad you're doing it again and getting back into it. And you know, I really hope you can hammer on. And I don't even. I know he's gonna hammer on the right things, even the things that I need to hear. So yeah, I know that there are things I need to hear, and there are things that other people in the truth and freedom movement need to hear about that agenda. And you know, the problem is with me personally is that I don't know. I have a lot of pride, and it's really hard for me to just say I was wrong. And I know that that's one of the most important things you could say to yourself. And you know, the times I have transformed my life completely. And so I just don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to identify what's wrong here. Over and over again, I can't. I just can't seem to see it. Like it's just like, yeah. I mean, I can accept the fact that, like, you know, you can't tell women what they should be attracted to and what they shouldn't be, and everything like that. It's just like, but how I mean, there's nobody there to really help you deal with the pain of just the rejection and the never getting anywhere. Like it's a stagnation, stagnatory. I don't even know if that's a word, but it's a stagnant situation. You know, it's a stagnant situation, and sure, you know, I get some attention from guys and stuff, and you know, they'll look at me like, and the way I look at hot girls, and you know, and they'll make me feel special for a while. But then another guy will come around, and you don't hear from them either, and they're just flakes, and they have no attention span, and whatever. Um, but at least you know you'll hang out, you'll go on dates. They'll just, you know, it's you can have fun, and it's not a big deal. And you know, there's plenty of people that I know that have the same situation with women, and it's just like the less you get, the less pussy you get, like the worse mentally you are, and then everyone just laughs at you, thinks you're a joke, and then you want to kill yourself, and you just are slowly like dying inside, and you never admit it. And then if you do admit it, you just sound like you, oh, is more of an emo kid, more of an incel, more of a just a feminized guy that we don't want anything to do with, and he's gonna ruin everything, and he's gonna take everything out on everybody. He's got a Napoleon complex. It's like, you know, and then you slowly just don't wanna, like, I go over and I make trying to make routines for myself. I write things out and say you're gonna do this, this, and this at this time, and I try to regiment and routine my life and try to organize shit. And it's just like I just keep organizing shit, and then it's a mess again. And it's just like I'm just trying to keep myself, you know, active, and I try to keep myself, you know, doing the things that I love to do. But like sometimes but I'm never doing those things. Like I'm just, like I've literally just planned out a whole schedule, a whole life. Like, this is your life schedule. You're gonna keep this, and you're gonna do it. And I haven't even done it once because I wake up every day, and I wish I didn't. I wake up every day in a state of dread. I mean, there's some things I'm grateful for. Like even though I've been kicking and screaming and dreading every fucking day of my fucking life, I end up, you know, it's like David Icke says, you put your one foot in front of the other, you end up getting somewhere. But some things don't ever fucking change. And my relationship with women doesn't ever fucking change. I'm just attracted to them physically. Um, we can get along as friends, and then, you know, it's like I don't even make, and then it's like if there's any romantic feelings, like I just have to kill them, kill those feelings, because I know it's never gonna be. As soon as I start to feel anything, she could sense it, and she's, oh, he just wears his heart on his sleeve. I even hear women say that in like these stupid dating YouTube channels, and that I've come across over the years. It's like, oh, we don't want that guy who wears his heart on his sleeve. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm Pisces. I'm a fucking double Pisces. If any of you motherfuckers understood astrology, then you would just realize, oh, there's just gonna be some guys like that because of this reason, and it makes fucking sense. But, oh, everyone tells me, oh, don't think women are ever gonna think logically now. Don't ever think they'll think logically. Don't ever think they'll not, like, base everything off their emotions. Like, and then it's just like women that are watching, like, just don't, like, you don't need to be like, oh, looking at all the things that, oh, you think that I don't get. Look at some of the fucking shit you don't get. Try that. You never will. I'm just too angry. I'm becoming that misogynistic incel dick. And yeah, like I think there's a lot of women out there who just think, yeah, well, yeah, guys like that should kill themselves. And I'm never going to admit it. I'm never going to say it to anyone. And it's a sick thought. And it's something I'm going to bury deep and never say anything. But deep down, I think they really just do think, yep, yeah, there's just, and it all goes back to that Darwinistic bullshit thing. It all goes back to that. Well, yeah, they just have to die. They're just, that's nature takes its course. Those guys that want to kill themselves are just gonna have to die off. Yeah, so that we can just be ruled by assholes forever and let them control us and tell us who we are and never actually find out who we are. And if there was guys like Brian Cirillo out there who are going to try to tell us, about our history and who we are, and what kind of value we have, beyond just what society says is our value. And we don't want anything to do with those guys. We want those guys to actually kill themselves. Well, I'm not gonna fucking kill myself. Not for you. I'm just gonna hate. I just hate that part of life. Like, I hate the part of life that, it's just it comes. Even with people in the truth movement, I don't hear, besides Mark Passio, I don't hear people talk about the stuff that he talked about and that satanic eugenics agenda presentation. I mean, you hear it, you just want to focus on the androgyny part of it. You don't want to focus on the shitty fucking behavior and the shitty way of thinking that your shitty fucking fathers instilled in your brains. Oh yeah, a guy thinks you're beautiful, he's weak. A guy thinks you're a piece of shit, he's strong. Like, these ideas are so ingrained in your mind and in your subconscious, and you act on them constantly, and you just won't face it. And it's like, I hate it. Like, I love, there's so many things about women that I love, but then, like, the things that, like, I just hate the ignorance. I hate the inability to, like, think logically. And it's not an inability, it's just like a fucking idea that, like, somebody said you they don't think as logically. And then you just believe it about yourself. Like, I don't get it. I mean, it's so, like, you hate yourself so much that there's no shadow work, there's no self-reflexivity. It's like everyone is just whatever. It's just like, once I start getting laid, if I ever start getting laid again, I'm just gonna look at this video and just think, oh, I'm just a fucking asshole. I was a fucking asshole then, and every guy, it's like when you're getting laid, then you're just in the club, and it's just like, yeah, oh, I was an asshole back then. I was just deprived of sex, and I was just acting it out. But then when you're actually here and not there, like both, it's like you can see from a different vantage point. There's things that you can't see, and I just don't get it. It's just, sex just comes so easy. It's just, yeah. I mean, maybe it would come easy if I didn't have high standards. I guess it's just like, yeah. I mean, I could go have sex with someone that I'm not attracted to, and try to be like, oh, and focus on the personality part and whatever, but that's like depriving yourself of a whole nother aspect to yourself, and you're always gonna want that. And then, then I see people suppress their love of hotness. It's like, oh my god, anything hot is bad because you can't, because they're dealing with the pain that I feel right now. You can't have that, or like you're being deprived of that in your life, and so you're settling for less, convincing yourself that it's fine, so you don't have to deal with the shit that you don't have to face the stuff that I'm trying to bring up right now. Like, I have the strength. I'm trying to fucking face it. And then there's all the guys who don't have to face it because it just comes so easy for you. And then you have the women who go, what is it? My pussy? That's it? That's just an object? No, it's not just an object, okay? It's like your spirit in the flesh. I'm trying to have a relationship with you, and there isn't any. There just isn't any. Or I'm just mad. Or just, this is all just pure insanity, and I'm just mad. I'm just mad because I have plenty of friends that are women. I'm just not attracted to any of them. And even if I was, like, there's even some that I'm semi-attracted to. Even if I was, they would just move on to the next one, skip right over me. It's like, it's not even being rejected for me. It's being skipped, ignored, just never seen in that romantic, sexual way at all. Like, it's just like, and then guys, there are certain guys who just can't, they see me in like an insanely sexual way. Like, I'm a sex object to them. Like, I'm the sexiest man alive. And it's like, I mean, some women have said like, "Oh, yeah, no, I don't ever get compliments from women really. I mean, unless it's kind of something forced, like, or like, maybe something with my musicianship sometimes, but I usually have to fish for it a little bit. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't ever get any positive feedback from the opposite sex pretty much ever. And it's like, if I let myself believe like that means that I'm trash and I'm garbage and like I am what they see, well then I would just crumble apart and I would just fucking I would have then they'd really like me because I would crumble apart and I would have no pride, I would have no you know belief in myself, and I would just be ready for the collective and the culture to subsume me and let me become an automaton. And then and it's like you swear up and down that women are just looking for an authentic man. You gotta be a man's man, be me more of a man, and learn how to talk to him, and then you'll be fine, and everything will be great, and they'll you'll attract him, and it's like no, they're waiting for you to just subsume yourself, lose your soul. Like once you have no soul, then they can actually fucking see you. It's almost like you're invisible until you're soulless. So I don't know what the hell we're dealing with here, folks. But that's how I freaking feel about my relationship with women, and it's fucking hell. And then like there's the honeymoon phase. There's like the phase where it's like, oh, I just I'm done with all those negative thoughts about girls. I want to start fresh and give it another go. And it's just at the end of the day, even if it's like even if I score a 10, or I beat or if I'm with I have a really great experience with someone, or fall in love. It's just like it's just I mean, it might be just fucking relationships that I hate. It's just I think it's the disappointment that goes along with having any kind of relationship. It's just like when that person just disappoints you and lets you down, I guess that's the thing I'm avoiding. And I think that I just feel let down by a lot of girls. And I just feel like, it's just, yeah, I'll be honest. Like, the lack of attention makes me feel let down. And I think that's what they want. And I think they're trying to send a message that, like, well, we're not giving you attention because you do actually fucking suck. And yeah, I mean, I don't feel that way about myself. And they will swear up and down that it must be me that feels that way about myself. But it is definitely them. And then I see the kind of men that they revere, and I know that it's just they can't. I don't know what the pain is coming from. Is it, it's like the fact that it's like I could see their beauty, but they can't see mine. But then I can't see their ugliness. It's like really fucked. It's like I never really have seen a situation like every attractive woman I come across is just there's always a story attached to them just breaking someone's heart. Like I saw what I thought was a happy couple at my job, and they're new to the job and they're younger, and I thought they seemed perfectly happy, and it's just at 32 years old, it doesn't really faze me or surprise me to hear like, I heard the girl cheats on that guy a lot. It's just like, yeah, not surprised. It's like, and it's like here I am, and I was saying before, it's like I go back and forth, I contradict myself, like don't slut shame, but then don't be a cheater. It's like where do you draw the line? Well, I don't know. It depends on what type of fucking relationship you're trying to have. I just think women, at the end of the day, I really had a more simplistic, quick message that I wanted to just say. And I just don't even know if it's going to do me any good. But whatever, I'll say it anyway. It's just, I think I said that this episode is going to be about male suicide. Well, I mean, a lot of the feelings come up, I think, for guys. It's just like, you know, I just feel like I think the main feeling that we feel, I can speak for some other guys. I mean, I've talked to other guys and bonded with guys over this issue. Is that overall I just feel disappointed because we know that the behavior and the just all this shit, like we just feel like women are better than that, but a lot of guys lose faith in that, and then you get browbeat each other into what the reality is, man. Not what you want it to be, and the reality isn't what you want it to be, and nobody knows why. And then there's of course the guys that want to take advantage and then say that you're more of an authentic man if you can take advantage of women because Darwin, basically, in a nutshell. And like I just go through this perpetual psychosis on a daily basis, just trying to work all this shit out, and then feeling like, if my channel's stagnant, if I'm not putting out as much stuff of a high quality, then I'm a failure and I'm not strong enough to face up to this challenge, and then it's just like, well, if I'm weak, then no wonder why I would, so it's like it's just the push back and forth. It's like having gone to try to get help for this and just I reached the end of the road, the end of the line. Like I'm like so not up for counseling, not up for coaching. I just don't want to fucking hear it anymore. Like I think Mark has the answers. not all the answers, but the only person that ever provided any healing, any guidance, any really, I mean, not the only person, but I mean the biggest and most important thing, time where I ever felt that anybody had any idea of the kind of feelings that I've been feeling, and is during those certain portions of that presentation where he was zeroing in on the female psyche. And it's like, it's just like, I think what happens too is, it's like we're all trying to, this agenda and this social engineering and genetic, I think the genetic manipulation has something to do with it too. Like, I don't know, like, it's just everything that they tell us is natural about women, it doesn't feel like it is. And like, I just think we just need to understand each other better, like, or something. But at the end of the day, I mean, there's so many people out there, men and women, who, you know, they come together over the fact that they know that there are people out there like me who just don't have any. It's like they can't relate. Nobody can. Certain people just can't relate to these issues. It's like, well, I've never had an issue getting laid, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about, man. I was like, oh, really? How tall are you? Oh, I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'9". Yeah. Well, you know what? I'm just so sick of feeling like this way, and I really just, girls, just go out there, just go out there, get in the street and say, we're not attracted to short guys, we're not attracted to artists, we're not attracted to writers, we're not attracted to men that do anything creative. We just want a dumb, collectivized automaton. Just go out there and admit it. I don't know. This live broadcast really isn't so great, is it? I think the first one was better. But yeah, I can't get laid and I want to fucking kill myself. And it's not because I hate myself, it's because I hate my experience. And it's not like I'm going to kill myself. It's not like this is, oh, he did the video and now he's going to kill himself. It's like, this is what causes men to feel like dying. It's just, and even it's like then it's like you're not really going to kill yourself. It's just that you're okay with, you know, let there's certain things that you're just going to be okay with doing that are going to bring you closer to the end. That's why there's cigarette smoking and doing podcasts when you should be sleeping, so that you can get up early enough to do, like, I had this whole regimen, and I was planning on sleeping at a decent time so I could get up early and do the fucking workout and stuff. But usually I don't feel like, usually I can't sleep. And then I sleep for a little bit, get up, not want to get up, and go to work late, or not late, but just get a late start, rush into everything, get super stressed out over there, just by annoying customers and annoying people and things, and I just come home, and again, I don't want to do shit, and it's like, and it's not because of the life that I'm living, the job I have. It's just because it's the pain of unrequited love, and it's just, it just stays there. It's like it's permanent tattoo. It's just, it stays there. And then like, just to think of my, you know, experiences I've had, and even with the dating coach, it's like I couldn't, just the fact that I need one is pathetic enough as far as women are concerned. And like, they don't even realize that like guys, everything that they do to win you over, they learned from somebody that learned from somebody that did that, and they have no idea. They just think, oh, you know, the only guys like me would ever need something like that. But it's like it's all the same stupid advice based on the same stupid beliefs, you know, that are based in total ignorance of what's actually really going on. And so I think that the suffering for guys like me, and I think the girls are suffering too. I know that too. And so, you know, whatever causes your perpetual Stockholm syndrome, it looks painful. It looks like it sucks. It looks like it might be something that feels like you can't help, you know, and that's not fun. So the suffering is going to continue indefinitely, um, until we understand the satanic epigenetics agenda. And if it means I can't be androgynous anymore, I'm going to be very sad. But I don't think it's what it means. I just think that they're trying to promote that more to confuse the genders. Well, that's just to confuse people when it comes to not just gender roles, but more gender characteristics. Not even so much the roles, it's the characteristics of the genders that they're trying to confuse, I guess. And then of course there's the whole exposing kids to sexuality way too young, right? That's insanity. I mean, and a lot of us agree on that. And it's like we're not, but then we don't want to focus on the things that are too painful. Like if there's something about androgyny that I need to change or stop doing, and that's hurt, and that just hurts my way of expressing myself. It's like, oh, the reason why you want to express yourself that way is because you've been chemically, you know, imbalanced to want to wear like, you know, a dress or some, you know, paint your nails. It's like, so, or is it, you know, I don't, it's just, I don't know, to me, what that instinct and that, I mean, I started painting my nails when I was tripping on mushrooms, and I thought it was so much fun. And like, I don't know, sometimes I like to just feel feminine sometimes, like, and I like it the way guys make me feel. But right now there's a guy that was really trying to hang out with me, and for some reason I just feel compelled to do a video about how women disappoint me so much that they make me want to fucking die. And I'm not the only one.